So we're on the air again with Pastor Jim or James Weller,
Yes.
and we're generally talking about Leon Panetta's book talk sponsored by Bookshop Santa Cruz at Peace United Church last week. I believe, what day was it? It was
Monday.
It was Monday, last Monday, the November, I think it was 10th.
10th.
Right, and so basically I'm asking James or Jim why he thinks that it was inappropriate for his church, Peace United Church, to host that talk at their facility, at their congregation hall.
I think personally that it was inappropriate for us to host a presentation by an accomplished warlord.
What do you mean when you say warlord? That's kind of a loaded term a little bit.
Leon Panetta was the senior officer of the Pentagon,
Right.
which functions as the War Department of the United States.
Right, and it used to be called the War Department instead of the Defense Department.
Right. So 50 years ago, he would have been called the War Secretary.
Right.
Now, we euphemize that to call it Defense
Right.
Secretary.
As if all of this is defense in some way. And some people do claim it. All we're doing is for defense.
Right, that's the function of a euphemism, but it's about war. The function of the Pentagon is to wage war.
Right.
And the function of the head of the Pentagon, the Secretary of War, is to administer the waging of global war.
Right. As basically the full spectrum dominance theory.
Right, on behalf of the U.S. empire.
And
Right.
what does war do? It
War
kills people.
kills people and destroys people's property and livelihoods.
Right. And would you include in there his tenure as director of the CIA?
Well, in addition to that, he served as director of the CIA, which is a nefarious, evil organization.
Well, how's it evil?
It carries out covert operations, including assassinations and political destabilizations, overthrows of governments,
Right.
spying on anyone and everyone, and it's an unquestionably evil organization in my
Right.
perspective.
Okay. So
At any
basically
rate-
he was in two, basically what you would call evil positions, essentially.
Exactly, I would say definitely.
Not that he's an evil person, but that he did evil things.
I don't refer to any human being as fundamentally evil. I regard evil as the quality of human acts.
Right. Kind of, yeah.
If what we do is harmful, then that's evil.
Right.
Evil doing, and Panetta is certainly guilty of a huge amount
So
of.
even though there was a protester who was basically saying to me, you have to understand Leon Panetta is really a nice guy, that really in the end it doesn't really matter because he's doing terrible things.
I don't know Leon Panetta. I'm sure that to his family and friends, he's a charming and kind person. He's probably a good parent and a lovely grandfather.
Right.
But what he has done in his career is enormously evil, in my perspective. So the problem that I have with an appearance by a person like Leon Panetta in my church is not that such a person shouldn't be welcomed as any human being would be
Right.
in our church, and even
You mean not in an unofficial capacity?
as a person.
Right, okay.
And even listened to and engaged with on a person-to-person level.
Right.
The problem is that he was there for the purpose of promoting a book.
And what's the name of the book?
Which explicitly endorsed and justified
Right.
war.
Right. And what is the name of that
a variety
book?
of other evil acts.
Do you remember the name of the book for the audience? So that
I don't remember the name.
Okay, well, yeah, okay.
We'll have to look it up.
We'll look it up, okay.
Yeah.
So basically, why do you think your church hosted this event?
A worthy fight. I think that was the name of the book,
okay.
A Worthy Fight.
Right. Why do you think that your church ended up hosting this event?
Well, it was through inadvertence. My church has a long-standing client relationship with Bookshop Santa Cruz. Whenever
Okay.
Bookshop Santa Cruz has an event that's going to draw an audience larger than they can.
And to give
handle.
people an idea, how many people fit in that congregation hall?
Well, there were 500 people there.
So that's a lot of people.
Yes.
Okay.
So we routinely host Bookshop Santa Cruz author appearances when it's anticipated that there will be more than 100.
Right, because they
People
couldn't fit
attending.
that in the bookstore, or
Because they can't.
and why do they not go to some place like the Civic Auditorium or some place like that? Do they get a lower
Civic
price?
Auditorium is more expensive, it's harder to deal with the city. My church routinely hosts large public events of all kinds.
So you serve a service to the public by doing that,
In the community.
and the community.
Yes.
Okay.
At any rate, so that's the background. And what happened, I think, was that Bookshop Santa Cruz just made an arrangement with our church administrator to book the hall for a book talk.
So you think that he wasn't really aware of what the significance of Leon Panetta talking there was?
Yes, I think she wasn't at the time that she
Right.
booked the engagement.
Was later there some dissension in the church of people wanting to basically cancel the event?
Well, not many among the church leadership were aware that the event was going to happen until a few days before the event. But some of us and our senior minister became aware of what the event would be and what would be entailed, including controversy, protest, and demonstration, when we were contacted by the Secret Service.
So you were actually, the church was convocating your service to prepare the way for Leon Panetta to talk there?
Yes.
Okay.
And the Secret Service looked over the situation, inspected the premises, and laid down a set of rules which they required us to follow.
So that was pretty unusual circumstance.
That bothered our senior minister, it bothered me, it bothered a number of us that we should be ordered what to do with our sacred space because the event involved the appearance of a former public official, a high public official.
So this is a somewhat unusual,
It was
event.
unprecedented. That has never happened before. So we were troubled by that. We knew that there would be community members organizing to demonstrate, and many of us were in sympathy with the demonstrators we knew would show up. But having made the deal, we didn't feel we could cancel it. And so we simply went ahead and prepared to do our best to accommodate Bookshop Santa Cruz and its author and all of the people who would pay to attend the book talk, as well as the community members who would be there to demonstrate disapproval. And that's how it happened.
Can I ask you one more question?
Sure.
Do you think that Bookshop Santa Cruz, or I don't know who the owner is right now, one of the Coonerty clan, basically, do you think they were aware of, the gravity of the event when they booked it with you?
Oh, I think they no doubt were aware that Leon Panetta would be a controversial figure in Santa Cruz, yes.